Yo, what's good everybody? This is your boy Boss Golf and welcome back to Boss Golf Plays. How are you silly motherfuckers doing out there today? Hope y'all are having a great day as always, man. Yo, so your boy Boss Golf back on this shit, man. Hey, so I played the Marvel vs. Capcom demo a few days ago. And I want to talk about it. I wanted to make a separate video because this is a game that a lot of you guys that have watched these videos on the channel are excited about, and one of the games that has been revealed as far as like video games that are coming out recently that I'm pretty damn excited about. I've been playing it for a while. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I played the story and I want to give you guys my thoughts on it. Of course, I can't say everything I want to say because there's like builds and shit out there, like the E3 versus demo that's out there that I haven't played, and I don't know what all entails, especially hearing from like reliable sources. Like the versus demos are pretty fucking good. So I played the story demo, and right off the bat we come into the look of the game, how the game looks, everything like that. And look at it, like even when I first saw the trailers and shit look like that, right? I have to say, regardless of all the artistic like backlash this game is getting, and we'll get to that, we will get to that. This game, as far as like the cinematic value, yo, I can't front on it. I even had to say as I'm playing this shit, as I'm criticizing the fuck out of it, I'm saying to myself, I can't front on like the cutscenes and things like that, because this is the first time in any Marvel vs. Capcom game that we've seen some shit like that. I've always wanted to see something like this in a Marvel vs. Capcom as far as like a moving story. Of course, you know, in any fighting game or any versus game, when you do the ladders or the arcade mode or any shit like that, every character has their personal story. But Boss Golf personally has always wanted to see, like, how do all these characters fit together? Like, I know every character has their own universe and every character does their inside of their own shit. What are the motives for these characters getting together? Why are they together? What's pulling them together? What's the big bad behind all the scenes and shit like that? And we finally have this, and it's animated behind CG. Now, is it the best CG? No, but from given Marvel vs. Capcom's history and what like they've made before, I thought for Marvel vs. Capcom, this is alright. It's pretty okay. And that was one of the things I noticed. I was like, okay, the cinematics, as far as what I've seen Capcom do, as far as CG, and as far as what I've seen Marvel do as far as CG, it looks alright. Now, we of course, actually, I want to talk about the looks and shit later. I want to talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is like one of the first things you hop into, and just feeling it, getting the feel. Even though like all the enemies except for Sigma, their health bars were fucking low, and maybe it's like that for the demo. I hope it's not like that for the actual game. So you kind of get a feel for it. But the mechanics, they feel good. A lot of people were talking about like accessibility and worrying about the mechanics changing. I don't, as far as from what I played, I don't mind the mechanics at all. I think it feels nice. One of the coolest things I felt about it is how when I was doing like a super with a character, like I could switch in my character at any time. I know back in the other games, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I remember, like there were like certain times and certain time periods where your character could come in, or your character can only come in with an assist or anything like that. Your character can boom right there, super, and then have your other character come in, do a full combo, and then go into his own super, even at any period of time doing a character. I thought that was the coolest shit, because I was like, okay, this adds new value to the game. This adds what could I guess in a sense new difficulty to the game, a different way to play Marvel vs. Capcom. That was one of the coolest things, was the assist feature. The assist bar, especially as far as the characters, that shit fills up fast. So I mean, you're in and out of there with your characters, which I think is another cool thing. I mean, it's a tag game. That's one of the biggest things. You want your characters either in or out of there as fast as possible, so you can do the most amount of damage, produce the most amount of chaos. Trying to think, the Infinity Stones, that's another cool aspect added to the game. I think there was the Reality Stone. Oh no! There wasn't the Reality Stone in the story. There was the Time Stone and the Space Stone. I think they're cool. I think they're cool. I'm trying to think if I felt like they were. The fact that they can constantly be used is overpowered. But then at the same time, you have to think that's the whole like thing. That's the whole thing about a Marvel vs. Capcom game, or a Marvel versus or a Capcom versus games, or any of these versus games. Is people talk about you hear how people talk about in video games. Oh, this is balanced and this is unbalanced, especially with the rise of esports and shit like that. Everything is either balanced or unbalanced. For these games, I prefer there to be no type of balance, because that was the thing about these games. They were chaotic, they were broken, like no one gave a fuck about this shit back in the day when esports didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I like the Infinity Stones. I like their use. Of course, you have like the regular use, and then you have like the Infinity Surge, where you can do like the Infinity Storm and use its full power. But I like it. It's like a cool implement into the game. It's something unique. it gives reason and meaning to the fucking name, the title of the goddamn game, right? So it's a pretty cool feature, and all that jazz. I'm still distressed about the life bars, and actually the HUD in general, not just the life bars, the super bars and the Infinity Stone bars. For an MVC game, it's kind of bland, don't you think? I think so. I think it looks it looks weird. I guess you could say wonky, or like when I saw it, when we were seeing all this shit for the reveals and the trailers and shit like that, I said to myself, this isn't like what the game, this isn't the health bars or the HUDs that's going to be in the actual game, because it doesn't fit. It doesn't look like an actual Marvel vs. Capcom, and I was fucking proven wrong, because all this shit that we were showing, that I shown y'all, was actually right. I don't know, maybe they'll pull some tech and shit and have like downloadable HUDs or something like that. If not, it's not something that's like an eyesore. Like I can't take this shit, I won't ever play it. But it is something that it kind of bothers me, because it's like it doesn't fit at all. Like I can go into a Mugen or a Fighter Factory, something like that, and add any other health bar or HUD bar from any other kind of game, and it would fit better than what those do. I do something I do like about the super bars though, is I do like the way that the Infinity Stones HUD look. Regardless of whatever everything else looks like, I like the look of the Infinity Stones and how that's set up. For some reason, that appeals to me. Everything else, it just kind of looks off. Given from what I've seen, still going off the story trailer, I think I like the direction the story's going. Like I said, once again, as far as the narrative, all the characters are coming together. They're actually interacting in something other than like an animated trailer or a still or something like that. Like we're seeing these characters talk to each other, know each other, have relevance for each other, be buds, fight bads, all that good shit. So the narrative's cool. And then I think the final thing, as far as like the story trailer and shit goes, is, of course, y'all knew this was coming, the artistic value. Now, I'm gonna say this because y'all know me. I made a video about what makes video games look, to Boskoff, what makes video games cool. What I think a video game should entail. 5 things it should entail, and 3 sub things after the 5 things are implemented. Should this game want to be badass of the badass? And looks, if y'all notice, looks is nowhere in that. Like I don't, when it comes to games and shit like that, I rarely give a shit about looks. And that's like the frosting on the cake. It makes the shit look good. You watch like a fucking cake boss, and of course you want to see like all the icing and the pretty decorations and the doodads on the shit. But it's not needed to have the fucking cake. Like looks is not needed to have the game. And I told y'all, like, somebody can make a goddamn stick game and have all of those characteristics of what I think makes a game look cool, and it would look cool. The mechanics is good. As far as like the music and shit like that, the demo was short, so I didn't get to go into it. But I already know the difficulty is going to be any Marvel vs. Capcom game is difficult as fuck and shit like that. And then I also told y'all, like, in that list, it doesn't need to have all the 5 things. I mean, if it fucking satisfies Boscoff, it's gonna fucking satisfy me. So looks is not that important. So my initial thing when I seen this, I even said it in the video, I think a lot of reasons people are mad, male and female characters included, is because a lot of their fucking fat material ain't fat material no more. Chun-Li looks like she's fucking tired. Captain Marvel looks like she's fucking tired. Dante doesn't look like a Sex Pistol anymore. Everybody's pissed. Which, with that being said, with all the, yeah, you don't need looks to have a good video game. With that being said, I have a huge problem with like games being like legacy games, or having like a legend, or creating something big for themselves and then like taking away or doing more than 50% less than what the previous game has done. And I'm referring, in this game's regards, I'm referring to looks, because as far as like character designs and as far as stage designs and everything, Marvel vs. Capcom tops this game in looks by a fucking 1,000 miles. There's no questions asked about that. There's nothing else that needs to be said. And then, honestly, that's all that's to say about that. I think I looked at it, and I was looking at it again, editing the video and playing the game, and at least for the females, they got like this. I don't know what it is, but on the female characters, I think the only 2 were Captain Marvel and Chun-Li. They got like heavy makeup under the eyes. There's nothing wrong with heavy makeup under the eyes on the female characters, female video game characters. There's something wrong if the characters look tired. Like, and that's a hell of a problem. These are supposed to be super powered characters. They're always ready to go. You heard Chun-Li saying the goddamn thing. What did she say? Something like a different streets, same fight or some shit like that. She was ready to go. These characters are always ready to go, and he looked tired. Even Dante, he looked fucking tired. Like there was something, like, honestly, Dante looked aged, which is completely different to his character. He's like a supernatural demon, immortal demon who never ages or dies. So he's not supposed to look like he's got fucking gray spots and shit on his skin. Chun-Li's not supposed to look tired. Captain Marvel's not supposed to look tired. These characters are supposed to look like they're revved to go, ready to go. These characters are supposed to look like they're down to fuck. Like essentially. So I can see where people get mad, because when I look at it, I can see where people get mad, because these characters, that's how I see it. The graphics went from looking really good, especially for like I guess a 3D designed game, technically a 2.5D, 2.7. It's not technically not Tekken status, but it's still 3D, right? So graphics went from looking good for a 3D game to artistically, it's not up to par to even the 2D stuff that Marvel vs. Capcom has put out. And a lot of the characters just don't look good, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know what's going on. This game still has till September to come out. That's like right around the corner. That's no time at all when you really think about that. So I don't know if they'll go in and fix this. I don't expect it to be fixed at all. But I can see where people are mad, but at the same time, like I said, it's not something that's needed to have fun with this game. And according to people that have played the E3 demo and that went to E3 and played this, they say it's still fucking fun. It still reminds them about what makes Marvel vs. Capcom. And who knows, they might pull Injustice 2 and go and fix the faces, turn around. Maybe, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I can see where people's mad, but in my opinion, I really don't give a fuck. I just want the game to play good. I want it to be good. As far as looking good, I want to look cool doing combos. That's how I want it to look. And so far, even with the auto combos and shit like that, like, it still looks amazing. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment box down below. As far as I don't know, like just Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite as a whole. and everything that y'all felt about like the graphics, the gameplay. If y'all played the demo, if some of y'all have went to E3 and played it yourselves, let me know how all this shit works out. And make sure y'all subscribe. If you're new, subscribe. I'll be covering this game until it comes out. Make sure y'all like the video if y'all like it. All that good shit, man. Y'all already know what to do. This your boy Boscoff of Marvel's Capcom Infinite. If they put out another demo, hopefully they'll put out at least a versus demo with like 4 characters, or the same demo that they put out at E3. It'll give us a chance to play that. If they do, I definitely will be playing that. Till then, this your boy Boscoff. Y'all already know what to do. Keep them slong and clips tight. I will see you to the hoes on the flip one. Peace.